What's up, everyone? What's up? Guitars N70 here. Hope you're having a great day. Today, as promised, well, a long time ago, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a video for you on Kiss of Death. What's up, Kiss of Death? George Lynch, Dawkins, one of their best songs, one of the most cooking songs, fantastic solo, obviously completely badass and above my pay grade, but we're gonna try it, okay? Here's my low E. It should be E standard. I also did a video on the rhythm because the rhythm is just as sick, but okay, we're starting off with just power chord, E. Whatever, put your favorite pick slide in there to get going into the solos. Like the fourth one is just kind of a pick slide. And then you're gonna do this. One of those rock bends, you know, just kind of a E minor pentatonic. It's 15 bent up on the B to 12 on the E. And then you're gonna do this. All I'm doing here is 17, 19, 20 on the B, 17, 19, 20 on the E, and I'm going up and I'm going back. Okay, so it's just then I'm going back up to 20 and starting these little bar. And then I'm using hammer-ons and pull-offs to go. And that's on the B string. I'm just 20, 19, 17, 19 with a slight bend up to 20. Then I'm starting up here again for the next part, which... So he's just going down the same notes. Okay, and he's sliding down to 16 on the B, which gives it that really minor... harmonic minor flavor. Then I'm doing this. All this is really cool lick. If you can get it picked, like every note picked, it sounds really hot. Because, well, that's the way George plays it, I think, is picked. But I know he mixes in some hammer-ons and pull-offs there. So whatever you can get a good mix of kind of mute and hammer-ons and pull-offs or whatever, so that it doesn't sound too scratchy. Because sometimes if I start picking it all, it just, you know, it gets really scratchy. So I like to start it with hammer-ons and pull-offs so that everyone can kind of get the idea of that's what's going on. Then you can just start adding the picking if you want later to really muck it up, you know. So, so when you slide down to 16, you're going to go 16, 17 on the G, and then over to the B again, 16, 17. And then just move down a string. Right? Start on, so I like to do it 3 times and then start it again on the G and D. You can pick it if you can. But I find what sounds best is a mixture of both. So I started out with, and then kind of add, you know, whatever. And I'm finishing by sliding down to the 14 on the D. Okay? So far we have this. You don't have to add bar there. Okay, next part, and then we're going back to your E minor pentatonic box, and you're doing a string rake across the top 3 strings. Now what that is just barring the B and E string here at the 12th fret, and you're doing this, if you're making an E minor pentatonic box, it's perfect. This is 1/4, you know, so 15 and 12 on both strings. and you're just pulling off and adding the next one. So it's, on the fourth time, you're going 15, 14, 12 on the E and just adding bar dips on the way down. And then it's just a 12 on the E, 15 pull off to 12 on the B, to this 14 bend and release on the G. Adding the pinch harmonic there. Now it comes to the volcanic eruption here that he does. This is just like an interval in the key of E. You know, the same thing here as you're playing up here, but he's playing it at breakneck speed. This is just what I'm getting out of it. You know, if you have a better run, a more accurate run, let me know. You know, there's a lot of things that can work here. This is just kind of what works for me, and it's very similar, if not exact, but I don't think it's exact. But so he's going 12, 14, 15 on the E and A with palm mute. So it's important to start it at least with a palm mute. And then he's going 13, 14, 16 on the D. And then 14, 16, 17 on the G. And I like to start to go first, second, third finger, so that I can slide up to 19 on the G and then do the same thing up here that we did at the start. You can pick it, or you can go from this heavy palm mute to, you know, and then come back down, because when you get back down here, you're going to go. So this again up here is 17, 19, 20 on the B and E. Back to 19 on the G. 19, 17, 16 on the G and D. And then back up one more time on the D. 16, 17, 19. So it's, and you're finishing on 14 of the D. So one more time, slowly. Now, however you can get that to get out, it doesn't matter. I like to start it with a palm mute, and then if you want to slide up and want to do that, fine, do that. You know, because no one's going to know and no one's going to care. It's just your personal preference, okay? Now you're going to come down here and channel your inner wasted ears, okay? And you're going to go this part. It's just 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 on the E string. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and you're hitting the open E in between. And when you get down to 5 again, so you're going up and then you're coming back down. And then you're going to go. You can hit it open if you can, but sometimes I just stop here. 5, 7, 8, and back down on the B. And then the next time you do it, you're going to go 3, 3, 5, 7, 8. And then open, and then you're going to go. So it's 10, 8, 7. You're sliding up to 10 on the B string. 10, 8, 7 on the E, over to 10 on the B, back to 7 on the E, and then 10, 8, 7 on the B. And when you get to the 7th fret on the B, just bend it up. It's like a half step bend. And then this run, it's you're sliding again into now 14, 12, 14 pull off to 12 on the E, over to 15, 15 on the B, back to 12 on the E, back to 15 on the B. 15, 13, 12 on the B. Over to 12. So yeah, so you're going back to 14. Now you're dropping down to the G and you're going 14, 12, 11 on the G, and then back up to finishing on 13 on the B. Sorry about that. I like to put a pinch harmonic there if I can get it. Man, these strings are dead. There it is. Oh, you do have that little... It's probably better that I just do it like that. Okay, and then the final run. Now this final run, you can do whatever you want here. This is just kind of what I got out of it. It's kind of a cheating way to do it a little bit. I'm sure I mean, it sounds like he's playing a lot more notes than he is, but I don't think he is playing a lot of notes there. And I'm just dropping down. Instead of starting at 12, I'm starting at 11 and giving it this E minor pentatonic flavor. Sorry, E harmonic minor. It's just, and you're just going 1-4. You're going right across the strings. If you're like you're doing 1 and 4, so you're jumping up 3 frets really. It's 11 on the E to 14 on the E, and then just climbing and keeping that same pattern across the strings. So the next on the A would be 12, 15, 13, 16, 14, 17 on the G. And then you're going, staying on that, you're going 16, 19 on the B, little trill. And then you're hitting 19 on the E and then sliding all the way up to 22nd. And just start dipping the bar, okay? Now don't worry if you hit a foul note in there, because it won't sound, as long as you hit it clean, you're not gonna... See, I think I hit one wrong in there. Just play it with confidence, crank up your distortion, don't worry about it, have fun with this song, okay? It's a tough one, and I hope you got something out of it. All right, have a good one.